So looking ahead to where we go next week, your new module is waiting for you. It's module 1, so I didn't give a number to the introductory modules. I start with module 1 because we're working century by century. We're starting in the 17th century, the 1600s, which is what we call early modern Europe. Meaning this is the transition from the late medieval world into what will grow into the modern age and will be in Europe. That's part of the class structure. Looking at Italy, at Spain, the Dutch Republic, France. This is an incredibly exciting time period because unlike when we study, say, the Middle Ages around the year 900, at that point, life is in many ways so different from our lives. But here in the 1600s, even though life is so different, we start to see certain developments that are going to lay the foundations for our lives. We also see amazing artworks. As you move through, you're going to see some of the biggest names in European art. Incredible artworks, but there's a lot, right? I mean, just studying Italy in this time period could be its own class. Spain, the same thing. We don't get to do enough in Spain. I wish we had had time to do more. We will go to the Dutch Republic. That is its own rich subject. Entire wonderful books have been written on it. The same thing with France. So I want you to be thinking about the sweep of this subtopic, this module, and looking at it page by page quickly at first to budget your time for the week. So make sure that you go through the pages sequentially. The knowledge is laid out and organized in a way that I intend to facilitate your understanding, to allow you to build on your knowledge, and so that it makes sense. Make sure you pay attention to the discussion. We have quite a few discussions. Your first one is due right away. It's very focused, and it really gets you kind of working with the foundational concepts for this module. And then as you move forward, you're going to be watching a wonderful film, and it relates to this amazing artist, Caravaggio, and you'll be having a discussion around that film and what you learn about Caravaggio in that film. So make sure to actually check ahead so that you can budget your time, since there are actually 3 films that you're watching. They're all great, and they're about really great artists, but in each case, they are around an hour long. So you need to be thinking about what your best way of managing time is. This one on Caravaggio, 59 minutes, 23 seconds. So you will very quickly have another discussion where you get to compare Caravaggio to Artemisia Gentileschi, and there will be a quiz that's just on Italy, since you look at Italy first. We're moving regionally in this module. Then you start to move through, oops, it's bumping around, sorry. You move to Spain, and then to the north, and you encounter these amazing artists, Rembrandt and Vermeer, 2 of the timelessly great artists of the Western tradition. Each has a film for you, because in the cases of Caravaggio, Rembrandt, Vermeer, these kinds of great artists, we need to know their work in depth, and we need to have an understanding of them as individuals who belonged to a social historical world, so that we can understand why did they express that world in a way that has lasted and captured the imagination of viewers so to our time. So you will have a discussion that asks you to compare them, and then you will have a final quiz that deals with Spain, the Netherlands, the Flemish and Dutch, the Netherlands, the art of the regions beyond Italy. So take a look at the calendar so that you know what's happening. Right, here we are. You have something every day, and on the 24th there are 2 things. So plan for that. I think you're going to really enjoy this module, and make sure to give yourself plenty of time to enjoy those films. Maybe watch them with a friend. They're actually kind of gripping theatrically, they're not just didactic films. So we'll talk soon.